Good afternoon, all of you, and welcome to our weekly business meeting at the South Carolina Public Service Commission. Today is Thursday, August 1st, 2024, and it is approximately 2 o'clock. Before we begin, I would please ask that you join me in a moment of silent reflection. Thank you very much. First, we will have a roll call of commissioners present in the hearing room are Commissioners Carol Lee Williams, Commissioner Hedden Thomas, Commissioner Florence Belzer, and I am Delton Powers, presently serving as chairman. Joining us virtually is Commissioner Mike Caston, and we are joined telephonically by Vice Chair Justin Williams. Seated beside me is Joanne Wessinger Hill, General Counsel of the Public Service Commission. Ms. Scarborough, if you would, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chair Powers and Commissioners. First order of business is to set the next regularly scheduled business meeting. Staff recommends that the next commission business meeting be set for Thursday, August the 8th, 2024 at 2 o'clock p.m.
The next business meeting will be Thursday, August 8th at 2 o'clock. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Today we have 12 items on the utilities agenda and 16 items on the transportation agenda. Items 1 through 5 on the utilities agenda are requests for approval of amendments to interconnection agreements or approval of interconnection agreements and can be taken together. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2021-142C. This is a request for approval of the first amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Dish Wireless LLC. Item number 2 is in docket number 1997-383C. This is a request for approval of the 10th Amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Level 3 Telecom of South Carolina LLC. Item number 3 is in docket number 2023-364C. This is a request for approval of the First Amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Charter FiberLink SC CCO LLC. Item number 4 is in docket number 2024-215C. This is a request for approval of the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and EarthGrid PBC, doing business as EarthGrid PBC Corporation. And item number 5 appears in docket number 2000-548C. This is a request for approval of the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and South Carolina Net Incorporated, doing business as Segra.
Having heard items 1 through 5 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Belzer.
Thank you. Commissioners, I move that the Commission approve the Commission approve the interconnection agreements and the amendments to interconnection agreements in utility items number 1 through 5 as identified by Mr. Scarborough.
Thank you. The motion has been made by Commissioner Belzer. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Belzer.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-348C. This is a request from Hargray LLC, Hargray Telephone Company LLC, and Bluffton Telephone Company LLC to add doing business as Sparklight to their names without notice.
Having heard item 6, is there a motion?
Chair Powers, this is Commissioner Caston. I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston, you have the floor.
I move that the Commission grant Hargray LLC, Hargray Telephone Company LLC, and Bluffton Telephone Company LLC's request to add doing business as Sparklight to names and to do so without notice. I so move.
Heard the motion by Commissioner Caston. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Belzer.
I'd like to ask Commissioner Caston if he might consider a friendly amendment.
Yes, ma'am, I would, please.
And let me explain why I'm offering this amendment. I believe that the companies have already noticed their current customers, and they've asked for a waiver of notice by publication. So I would just like to clarify and offer a friendly amendment that the last part, I think where you said, and to do so without notice, could we just add by publication to the end of that?
Yes, that will be fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Caston and the friendly amendment by Commissioner Belser, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 appears in docket number 2024-134C. This item involves final disposition of this docket.
Having heard the item number 7 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you. I move that the commission approve the application of Campus Communication Group Incorporated, or CCG, application for a Certificate of Public Convenience and Necessity to provide facilities-based local exchange service and resold long-distance telecommunication services, and for flexible regulation of its local exchange services in accordance with order number 98-165 in docket number 97-467C, and for alternative regulation of its long-distance service offerings. I further move that the Commission grant CCG's request for a waiver of the requirement that CCG's records be kept within the state as required by SC Code Annotated Regs 103-610. Additionally, I move that CCG be allowed to maintain its records in accordance with Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, or GAAP. I also move that CCG be granted a waiver of the requirements imposed by SC Code Annotated Regs 103-631, as CCG will make arrangements with the incumbent local exchange carriers, or LECs, whereby the names of CCG's customers will be included in the directories published by the incumbent LECs and distributed to CCG's customers. I move that the Commission approve the stipulation between CCG and the South Carolina Telephone Coalition, and that the terms of this stipulation be incorporated into the Commission's order in this manner. Finally, I move that the Commission grant CCG's motion for confidential treatment of Exhibit C to the application. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll now proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2011-158E, which is a request from Duke Energy Corporation for confidential treatment of its amended 2024 financing plan.
Having heard item number 8 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant the request of Duke Energy Corporation for confidential treatment of its amended 2024 financing plan. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Now that we've heard the motion, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, and we're going to begin with Vice Chair Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2023-337S. This is a motion from Blue Granite Water Company to withdraw Frank R. Ellaby III, Esquire, and Boardman C. Trawick III, Esquire, as counsel, and to substitute Charles L. A. Torini, Esquire.
As to item number 9, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston.
Thank you. Pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Regulation 103-805, Sections B and F, I move that the Commission grant Blue Granite Water Company's motion to withdraw Frank R. Ellerby III, Esquire, and Boardman C. Trawick III, Esquire, as counsel, and substitute counsel Charles L. A. Torini, Esquire. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Is there any further discussion? We'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams. Commissioner
Aye.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belster.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 is in docket number 2019-290WS. This also is a motion from Blue Granite Water Company to withdraw Frank R. Ellerby III, Esquire, and Boardman C. Trawick III, Esquire, as counsel, and to substitute as counsel Charles L. A. Torini, Esquire.
As to item number 10, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you. Pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Regulation 103-805, Sections B and F, I move that the Commission grant Blue Granite Water Company's motion to withdraw Frank R. Ellerby III, Esquire, and Boardman C. Trawick III, Esquire, as counsel, and substitute counsel Charles L. A. Torini, Esquire.
Thank you. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Williams, is any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 11 appears in dockets numbered 2022-89G and 2024-179G. This item involves establishing a procedural schedule for this docket.
As to item number 11, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers.
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission instruct the parties to provide a proposed procedural schedule by August 9th, 2024 for the proceeding in this case. In the event that additional time is needed by any party, additional time may be requested. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we will then proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 12 appears in docket number 2005-83A. This item involves rescission of Commission Order number 2022-313, which was issued on April the 28th, 2022.
Having heard item number 12 as presented by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Vice Chair Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission rescind Commission Order number 2022-313 issued on April 28th, 2022.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
So moved.
Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. Moving on to the motor carrier agenda, in Part A, we have 4 applications for new Class C and Class E certificates. These items can be taken together. Item A1 is in docket number 2024-202T, which is the application of V's Land Yacht LLC for a Class C charter bus certificate. Item A2 appears in docket number 2024-212T. This is the application of Terrell and Jennifer Clough, doing business as Flamingo Rides, for a Class C charter certificate. Item A3 is in docket number 2024-198T, which is the application of Two Twigs Moving Charleston LLC for a Class E household goods certificate. And item A4 is in docket number 2024-214T, which is the application of First Class Motor Coach LLC for a Class C charter bus certificate.
Mr. Chairman?
Chair.
Could I
Vice-
ask for clarification on the docket number on item number A3?
On number 3.
A3?
A3.
2024-198T.
My
I think it's
notes
two-
are showing 213.
I apologize, 2024-213T.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. And thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Williams, you have the floor.
Thank you. I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C and Class E certificates in item numbers A1 through A4 as identified by Mr. Scarborough. A directive order will be issued for each application in the respective docket.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion made by Commissioner Williams, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, we have 5 requests to cancel certificates that can be taken together. Item B1 is in docket number 2023-130T. This is a request of Opulence Transportation LLC to cancel Class C non-emergency certificate number 9824. Item B2 appears in dockets numbered 2023-264T and 2024-160T. This is a request from Lighthouse Transit LLC to cancel Class C non-emergency certificate number 9876. Item B3 is in docket number 2023-314T, which is a request from Nice and Clean Transportation LLC to cancel Class C non-emergency certificate number 9909. Item B4 is in docket number 2022-322T, which is a request from Basic Black Limo LLC, doing business as Basic Black Transportation, to cancel Class C charter bus certificate number 0422. And item B5 is in dockets numbered 2023-120T and 2024-160T. This is a request from Metro One Ambulance Incorporated to cancel Class C non-emergency certificate number 9800.
Having heard items B1 through B5 as presented by Ms. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers,
Commissioner Thomas.
I move that the commission grant the request to cancel Class C certificates in item numbers B1 through B5 as identified by Mr. Scarborough.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Is any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
In Part C of the transportation agenda, we have a motion for a default judgment. Item C1 appears in docket number 2024-160T. This is a motion for default judgment and an order revoking certificates for failure to answer filed by the Office of Regulatory Staff.
Having heard agenda item number C1, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman?
Commissioner Belser.
Commissioners, I move that the commission grant the motion for default judgment filed by the Office of Regulatory Staff by finding certain motor carriers listed on updated and revised exhibits A, B, and C in default for failure to answer. I further move that the Office of Regulatory Staff be requested to provide updated exhibits A, B, and C on or before 5 business days from today, which will then be attached to the Commission's order I also move the commission revoke the certificates of those motor carriers listed in the updated and revised exhibits A, B, and C, and direct the clerk of the commission to cancel the hearing scheduled in this docket for August 8th, 2024. An order will be issued by the commission indicating which motor carriers are in default and now have revoked certificates.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. Having heard the motion on item C1, is any further discussion?
Chair Powers?
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
I'd just like to make a comment that I believe in this circumstance that the various owners of these businesses have had multiple opportunities with the Office of Regulatory Staff and the Public Service Commission to come into compliance. And so we have given them, afforded them the opportunity to respond many times, and this does not infringe on their abilities to understand and to know what they needed to do. We've done our due diligence, in my opinion, so I'll be supporting this motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. I agree fully. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
I vote aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
In Part D of the transportation agenda, we have one request to amend the certificate. Item D1 is in docket number 2021-38T. This is a request from Ingenuity Investments, LLC, doing business as Joyride Transportation, to amend its Class C charter certificate number 9583 to read Benjamin C. Blegan, Jr., doing business as Joyride Transportation.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. As to item D1, is there a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
Thank you. By way of background, Ingenuity Investments, LLC, doing business as Joyride Transportation, is one of several motor carriers included in South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff's motion for default judgment for failure to answer. Ingenuity Investments, LLC, doing business as Joyride Transportation, has not come into compliance with payment of the annual vehicle registration fee and has failed to provide any responsive pleading to the Office of Regulatory Staff's motion for default judgment. Given the commission has granted the motion of default judgment and revoked the certificates of those motor carriers listed in motion exhibits A, B, and C, which includes Ingenuity Investments, LLC, doing business as Joyride Transportation, I move that the commission deny the request of Ingenuity Investments, LLC, doing business as Joyride Transportation, to amend its Class C charter certificate number 9583 to read Benjamin C. Blegan, Jr., doing business as Joyride Transportation due to the certificate having been revoked. The motor carrier is not precluded from filing a new application.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carolyn Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
In Part E of the transportation agenda, we have one request for reinstatement. Item E1 is in docket number 2021-261T, which is a request from R&B Transportation of Charleston, LLC, for reinstatement of Class C charter certificate number 9618.
Having heard item E1 as presented, is there a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. You have the floor.
I move that the commission deny the request of R&B Transportation of Charleston LLC for reinstatement of Class C Charter Certificate number 9618. Class C Charter Certificate number 9618 was canceled on November 17, 2022 by order number 2022-660, which was issued in docket number 2022-205T on November 4th, 2022. Due to the length of time that has elapsed between cancellation and the current request for reinstatement, the motor carrier should file a new application, a Class C charter certificate, with the commission to reflect the motor carrier's current information. Also move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Having heard the motion by Commissioner Caston on item E1, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll then proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Belser,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
In Part F of the transportation agenda, we have 3 requests for extensions of time. Item F1 is in docket number 2022-310T, which is a request from Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC for an additional 3-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Having heard item F1 is presented by Mr. Scarborough, do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Vice Chair Williams, you have the floor.
thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, by way of a brief background, Directive Order Number 2022-654 issued on September 19th, 2022, granted Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC's application for a Class C taxi certificate. Thereafter, Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC was granted a 6-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. Specifically, Directive Order Number 2023-123 granted Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC an extension of time until August 23rd, 2023 to comply with commission rules and regulations. Based on the commission's review of this docket, Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC has not achieved compliance with the commission's rules and regulations, as the Office of Regulatory Staff has not issued a Class C taxi certificate to this carrier. Therefore, I move that the commission deny the request of Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC for a 3-month extension of time due to the length of time that has elapsed between the original request for an extension and the instant request. Moreover, I move that the commission rescind order number 2022-654. Midlands and Low Country Taxi LLC may file a new application for a Class C taxi certificate to reflect the motor carrier's current information. So moved.
Thank you for your motion. Vice Chair Williams, having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Then proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Belser,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item F2 is in docket number 2024-78T. This is a request from Prosperity Realty Relocations Company, doing business as College Hunks Hauling Junk and Moving, for a 12-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Having heard item F2 is presented, is there a motion?
Mr. Chair,
Vice Chair Williams.
thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, fellow commissioners, again, by way of brief background, on July 24th, 2024, the South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff filed its rescission report with the commission. The rescission report identifies those transportation companies that have applied for and received authorization from the commission to provide transportation services in South Carolina, but have failed to comply with the terms and conditions of the commission order granting authorization within the 90-day time frame as specified in the commission order. As a result of the rescission report, order number 2024-196 has been rescinded for non-compliance. Therefore, I move that the commission deny the request of Prosperity Realty Relocations Company, Co., doing business as College Hunks Hauling Junk, for a 12-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. Prosperity Realty Relocations Co. doing business as College Hunks Hauling Junk is not precluded from filing a new application with the commission. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we will move to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carey Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item F3 appears in docket number 2024-22T, which is a request from Island Time Entertainment LLC, doing business as Low Country Limo Bus, for a 9-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Having heard the item, is there any further discussion? Is I hear a motion?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir, Vice Chair.
Mr. Chair. Thank you, sir. As they say, 3 times is a charm. By way of background, on July 24th, 2024, the South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff filed its rescission report with the commission. The rescission report identifies those transportation companies that have applied for and received authorization from the commission to provide transportation services in South Carolina, but have failed to comply with those terms and conditions of the commission order granting authorizations within the 90-day time frame as specified in the commission order. As a result of the rescission report, order number 2024-65 has been rescinded for non-compliance. Therefore, I move the commission deny the request of Island Time Entertainment LLC, doing business as Low Country Limo Bus, for a 9-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. Island Time Entertainment LLC, doing business as Low Country Limo Bus, is not precluded from filing a new application with the commission. So moved.
Thank you again, Vice Chair Williams. Having heard the motion, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we will proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Carey Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
In Part G of the transportation agenda, we have one item, which appears in docket number 1997-431T. This item involves Commission Order number 2024-436 and a report dated July 24th, 2024 from the Office of Regulatory Staff.
Thank you. Having heard item G1, do I hear a motion?
Chair Powers, I'd like to make a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. You have the floor.
Thank you. The rescission report filed by ORS includes rescission of Class C taxi certification number 6551. Directive Order number 2024-436 held the request for a 3-month extension in abeyance until the Commission received the requested information. In the interest of administrative economy, I move that the Commission instruct Commission staff to conduct a status conference with Betty Ann McCrae and the Office of Regulatory Staff as soon as practicable, so that all parties of record may be heard on the issues presented in this matter. I further move that the Commission reinstate Betty Ann McCrae's Class C taxi certificate number 6551 and continue to hold the request for a 3-month extension in abeyance pending the outcome of the status conference.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Having heard the motion made by Commissioner Williams on item G1, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Carey Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Vice Chair Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the Commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Is there any further business from any commissioners? I hope everyone has a good rest of your day, a good tomorrow, and a fun and or relaxing weekend. If you see a chance to help someone, lend a hand. It will make you feel better. Good day and good luck. We are adjourned.